Next, we have a very interesting session, and to introduce and invite the speaker, I'll request Mr. Sahil Prabhare to join us on stage.
Hello everyone. Friends, I am here to introduce our beloved and very own Mr. Satish Dada Magar. Actually, who doesn't know him in this nation? But let's get to know something we really don't know about him today. भविष्य की बुनियाद लेकर वर्तमान में बदलाव लाया है, हमने इतिहास बनाया है. Such a beautiful statement, isn't it? This absolutely, completely defines him and his creation. A leader who truly revolutionized the real estate sector across nation. An idea that was never thought across the globe marked its silver jubilee last year. Over 35,000 residents gathered together to celebrate the event. The silver jubilee flame was lit up, which held collective energy of all the residents as it burns throughout the year. A feeling of one big community. As Satish Dada's inner voice while addressing the silver jubilee, "It's my city, my family." A cheer of 35,000 families was heard across the city of Pune, which shows the bonding and his extended family towards him. This is not it, guys. The most prestigious abbreviation, which happens to be FDI, the Foreign Direct Investment. Dada researched this abbreviation. He calls it Farmers Direct Investment. Guys, can you believe this means he generates FDIs in-house? Please join me in welcoming our beloved Satish Dada.
CREDAI has become so professional that there was a chit kept here. Your time will get over soon, we have to start question answers. क्या हो रहा है? It's always a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to see so many new faces here today. That surely indicates that the future of this industry is good. And why I am saying this is 25-30 years ago when I started doing this business, the overall public which used to sit there is to be 45-50 plus. So when you sit with people of 45-50 plus, the ideas are also of 45-50 plus. So today when you are sitting here, I think 25-30 or minus, then I think it is a good thing to sit. So a lot of energy comes in and you need to learn more. And when people want to learn from you, they give me a complicated topic. What did you? Corporatization, enhancing efficiency and growth of an organization. How do you expect me, who was his alumni from the agriculture college, teach you people who are all, tech savvy, foreign returned, second generation? How many are second generation entrepreneurs? All, na? Maximum. How do you expect me to tell you something about this? I think it should be the other way around. You should start telling me about this and I'll keep on listening and try and change at this point, this time of my life. But as Sanket, I cannot say no to him. He's my neighbor in Hadapsar. And I cannot say no to the president because he's the president of CREDAI. So I'll try and put in some words. I have no PowerPoint presentation today. I thought I'll make it more interactive. Because today and tomorrow, I think both the days you are going to see a lot of PowerPoint presentations, and when PowerPoint presentations start, the general tendency is to open your mobile and start searching on the Google what's happening. So let us not do that today. We will speak person to person. This corporatization is something, which we all talk about, but not many of us practice. And especially when you are speaking to people coming from tier 2, tier 3 cities, they'll say, we don't need this. We are small sites, limited work. We don't want to do all this. So why are we wanting to actually get into all this? But if you look at the actual meaning of corporatization, if you go to Google and search corporatization, it says that it is transforming of an organization to a more structured system. And I think with RERA there, with so many regulations coming in, RERA has now sunk in. the honeymoon period of RERA is over. So every time, whenever I meet any CREDAI functionaries, they do nothing but they curse RERA. You know why we are cursing RERA? It's because we are not structured. I had gone with these people once for a meeting in Mumbai. I think you were there. And the RERA commissioner asked one question to us, saying that there are so many thousand people who have not filled in that form. I don't know what form, I forgot that form. The basic form was not filled in, which you fill in every quarter or every half year, every quarter to update on your progress. You know what I did first thing? I called up my office, text them and said, "Arey, aapne to kiya hai na?" This change of mindset is extremely important in these days to come. We need to change because you have a regulator on your head. We need to change because consumerism has come up in a big way. Today, in the true sense, your customer is God. Because that God can take you anywhere they want. They can take you to the heights of popularity. They can bring you down to the ground with the backs on your back on the mat. They can do anything. And to handle these things, I think we need to corporatize. And this corporatization is now, it's a must. If this industry, the rate at which it is growing, the industry will keep on growing. I am so optimistic since COVID, post-COVID, before COVID, all those tares who thought they'll never buy a home and they will float from one area to another area and they'll be on rental, pure zamin pe aa gaye. That is why we are seeing this great burst in real estate. It is the genuine demand of the middle class which is now coming up to shape. And if you have to cater this client, and this client is now more cleverer than you are. It is not that client की अभी मेरा ऑफिस 1 बजे बंद होता है in पुणे आम्ही म्हणायचो 1 वाजता आमचं बंद झालं आता 4 वाजता ये तुम्ही जर म्हटलं ना त्याला आता आमचं बंद झालं तो म्हणून तू हो बाजूला आता मी दुसरीकडे जातो कारण there is opportunity. There are areas, there are number of people. When I joined CREDAI, there were not more than 40 people members in Pune. I think Pune today has more than 400 members. I don't know how many they tell you officially, but there are more than 400 members in Pune itself. Choice has come. So only the people who have that bandwidth to do structured business will survive. Now, what you require is enhancing of efficiency and growth of organization. Enhancing of efficiency now is extremely important because your margins are coming less. After that great act of UDCPR which we all fought and got, I think it has come as not a blessing in disguise, it has come as a curse in disguise. Every landowner calculates his maximum potential of land. Is it true or not? Whether it is Satara, Sangli, Solapur or Pune or Mumbai, everywhere, they will calculate potential of land. There are so many architects who do it at a very small fee. A couple of lakhs they will charge. And then they will tell this person कि तेरे को इतना मिलने वाला है. And when he comes to that potential of land, he is not bothered whether you have to do 10 floors of parking, whether you want to do 150-storied building or meter building or whatever you want to do. He is saying, ये मेरी ज़मीन की potential है. We are also thinking in that direction, that what is my potential and how I have to exploit this potential. Now, if you have to do all this, I think efficiency and organizational structure is going to be extremely important, no matter where you are. I think everybody who's doing a single scheme has an aspiration to do 2 schemes. Everyone who's doing 2 schemes has aspirations to do more. There are so many people who come from different parts of the state to Pune. The president is doing a scheme here, Bharti is doing a scheme here, everyone is doing a scheme here. That aspiration is there and it is good. We have to aspire. But when the aspiration comes in, that time your efficiency and your structuring becomes very important. I think that is something which we all need to look in. So the first important aspect is to create an organization. And the organization requires a leader. And I have said time and again that leaders are not born. Leaders create themselves. If leaders are supposed to be born, then we were a princely state of hundreds and hundreds of princes. They all would have been our leaders even today. It is not a fact. Leaders are created, and every entrepreneur who wants to run his business has to be a leader. It is a must. There are no two things about it. You have to lead from the front. You cannot say that my father gave me so much of land, which the value at that point of time was X. Today it is 10x, so I am going to make 9x profit. That you can do only once, or you can do twice. When you have to go and acquire land, what will you do? Because you have got in that habit. Chalta hai, add karo. 10%, what we have? Contingencies, 15% wastage, 5% licensing cost, this percent or this, all these percentages go to 100%. Let me tell you, every cut in this percentage is going to be a profit in the future. Because the business has become cutthroat. Because the customer has become very sensitive. And because of RERA, no matter what happens, you have to complete the scheme. You have to give what you have promised. Though we keep on changing every time, but now that window is gradually going to go. Once they start getting into your balance sheets, when they start tracking your system, then all the people who appoint consultants and who make Sachin Pakar go and sit there the whole damn day in RERA office are going to come into trouble. Keep that in mind. So for doing all this, you will need to be a leader yourself. Now you have to decide what type of leader you want. You want to be an autocratic leader, like all we developers are autocratic leaders. We feel that whatever we say is right. We'll go for NatCons, we'll go to, where you went just now? Mahacons to Vietnam, and you'll go to Dubai and you'll say, I want to do that building here. This is my land, this is my money, this is my business, I'll do whatever I want. This is the organization I want to have. Is that going to run? I don't think so. So that autocratic leadership of I, me, myself has no place now. It's all gone. You have to change from that. Then you have a democratic leader. We are a big democracy. He listens to everyone, talks everything and does nothing. It's a fact. Somebody was asking about land reform bills. I think from when I joined CREDAI, we were talking about land reform bills. I have retired out of CREDAI also, we are still talking about land reform bills. And Mr. Gaikwad, who's an expert in that, is telling it's a far away. It's a dream yet to come true. And let me tell you, in my lifetime, though it will not come, you will be very fortunate if it comes in your lifetime. It is not possible to bring land reform bills in India because land is a concurrent subject of the state. Every state politics has a different dimension. The center is not bothered, so it is going to be a mess. So just forget about it. So that democratic leadership does not work in our business. Will not work to generate efficiency. The third, and which is more prevalent with you people, your age, is delegative leadership. Sir, I have everyone. I have a person who looks, CRM person, head, who looks after customer relationship management. I have this, I was this, I am doing one scheme, but I have all these people. And this is nothing but creating of confusion. That person, how many of you sign agreements yourselves? Not even 20%. So you have some power of attorney holder who signs on your behalf. But that flat owner is giving money to you. So I sign all my agreements. I have signed more than 30,000 agreements in my lifetime. People ask me a question. Why are you doing it? If there's some legal problem, then it will come on you. You will have to go to the court. You will have to come in the papers. I ask a simple question. They are giving me money, na? They are not giving my power of attorney holder money. They are giving me money. That is the only thing I sign. I will not sign a check also. But the trust and faith which we have to bring in has to come, and this cannot happen through delegative leadership. Then you start appointing people to anything. What you need to be and not what you require to be to create a very efficient organization is be a transformational leader. And what is transformational leader? I am talking out of experience, is someone who has compassion, someone who has emotion, someone who's passionate. Our business is such that it cannot be driven without passion. If money was to drive our business, every corporate in this country, right from Adani's to Reliance, they are coming, but they're not coming in a big way. They will start coming in a big way now because they have that money on their balance sheets. But passion will drive, and that is what you need to be. And when you become a passionate leader, then you can create a very proper organization which will be very useful for you to bring in efficiency. Because we'll need to create efficiency of time, we'll need to create efficiency of money, we'll have to create efficiency of the quality, we'll have to bring in efficiency of everything put together to see that we deliver first. There was a time when people used to make, even we used to advertise that every time before time. One customer came up to me and told me, "Arey, what is this every time? हे काय चाललंय every time before time? रेरामुळे तुम्हाला करावंच लागतं every time before time. कशाला सांगताय तुम्ही?" This is what reaction I got from a customer. So when the customer starts speaking in this language, that means what? That means it's time for you to become efficient. It is time for you to create that entire bandwidth of organization. And I think only that will allow you to survive. Otherwise, we developers have a system. We go to the office at 10 o'clock in the morning and we work till 10 o'clock in the night. I really don't know how we work till 10 o'clock in the night. सर मी तुमच्यासारखं शिकलो सरकारी खात्यात मी तुमच्यासारखं नाही तुमची जास्त ना कारकून 6 वाजता पेन बंद कारण आफ्टर 6 o'clock you are not doing any work. You are perceiving that you are doing work because your efficiency is gone. People who come for 5 minutes work spend 20 minutes with you because you also want them to spend 20 minutes with you, and all that efficiency goes down. I think that we need to change, that have to be bought into, and this is what you people can do. At my level or my age, we are very difficult to change because we have gone to that system. We have gone to that system where we as developers, none of you have faced urban land ceiling. You know what was our biggest trump card? Our biggest trump card was urban land ceiling because we knew how to get solved off from there. We knew what is land appurtenant. We knew how a structure needs to be put in. We knew how units have to be generated. Now you don't require that. And then that landowner, that farmer used to come at your mercy. So the farmer is to give his land. We used to pay him in installments. We used to get the plan sanctioned. And that also was not in the democratic matter which is now. It was discretionary of the officer. And then we were taking money from the flat owners and paying the landowner. Gone. Forget those days. Don't even think of it. Today one small 5 gunta person will come to you and deposit kiti denar hai, that is the first question they'll ask you. Mala sellable kiti milnar hai. He doesn't understand anything. He understands everything. So in all this, still we have to survive because this is our business. And this is still the best business we have because this, in country like ours, where a residential home is a requirement and it is not a financial instrument, there is going to be a market. It's going to be on and on. The original market will get over, redevelopment will start. Urban renewal will start. Old buildings will have to go, new buildings will have to come up. So there is scope. There is tremendous scope for the next 25, 30, 40 years, irrespective of who's at the head of the government, irrespective of what policies are going to come. That is going to be the demand of the people. So we have to survive. But in this entire survival rate, if we have to make some money, we'll have to bring in this entire efficiency and organizational structure in place. It is very essential to have an organizational structure because now the financial institutes will start asking you. RBI has brought in so many guidelines. We are not aware of it. We don't think of it because we still go to the parallel economy for loans and this thing where we feel that we can pay 24% and 30% of interest and get away with it. I think the only affordable interest to you is not more than 10% or 11% now. Banks have the money. They are looking for good customers. They are not getting good developers to fund money because we are not structured. We are not organized. We don't have that efficiency built in. I think it is time we have to do this. It is time that we need to come to all this. What we need to do is, it's my advice to you. It is not that you have to do it. You have to create a very horizontal organization. When you create horizontal organization, the decision-making process becomes very fast. If you create a vertical organization, then it becomes a pyramid. And the last person at the bottom of the pyramid, for his requirement to move up to the top of the pyramid, there are so many layers in between that it takes ages. And by the time your efficiency is lost. So just think about it. If you create a very horizontal organization, define scopes, speak to your people. It is not necessary that you yourself can bring an efficiency. You have the wisdom of interacting with people. You have the opportunity of going different places which your staff cannot go, or which your workers can. People working under you don't have that opportunity to do so. But talk to them. Open hand dialogue with them. All those people who work for you, who practically do the work, can give you a lot of ideas. They can, when I started doing Nanded City, they were all high-rise buildings. So the first thing we said that we'll buy tower cranes. How many tower cranes you want? Somebody said 10, somebody said 12, because there were so many buildings under construction. One engineer, not a senior engineer, a junior engineer came, sir, आपल्याला tower crane लागतच नाही. कशाला आपण पैसे खर्च करायचे? We'll work out on a different system of lift and with chutes, and it will happen. I don't own a single tower crane because it was his idea. I still, when I see buildings with tower cranes, I feel very good about it. आपल्याला पण पाहिजे. We should also have these tower cranes. But when it comes down to economics, one tower crane, your cost goes up by 20 rupees a square feet. He proved to me that this cost will not go up more than 5 to 7 rupees a square feet. That is the efficiency which came in. That is the gain which came in. So I think we'll have to start talking to people, making them a part of your entire process, making them a part of your entire development process. Because if you make them a part of your entire development process, if you take them close together, I'm not saying that you make them call them over for dinners and give big lavish parties to them. There has to be a dialogue with them, because they are the people who actually work on site, and they are the people who can improve your efficiency to the way what you have. Documentation of work is very important. Henceforth, RERA will make it mandatory for you to document your work process. You need to document your work process. You need to create a very comprehensive reporting system. We'll have to learn to empower people. In our business, which is a very owner-driven business, we don't empower people. We are always scared कि इसको ज़्यादा मालूम होगा कि दूसरी जगह जाएगा. नहीं जाता है वो. और गया तो गया ना दूसरा, because you are an entrepreneur, you are a leader. Create the second one. Let that organization move forward. I think that is what we need to do. We also need to reduce stress, not on us, stress on the organization, stress on the people who work. Because we don't take decisions, we change the decisions, and then we ask them to do the work in that stipulated period of time. I think we should stop doing this. We should get away with this. When we talk about being corporate, suppose they are manufacturing a car. Suppose they are manufacturing, the design is decided, the product is decided, the accessories are decided. One fine day, somebody in Honda will not, Toyota company will not get up and say, no, I want to change this. They don't do it, but we do. We are so susceptible for changes that we don't care whether the customer wants it or not. We show him one thing, we do the other thing. Maybe it is for good or it is for bad, but we change. When we change, there's delay. There's loss of efficiency. Then the stress comes on whom? The people who work on site. Stress comes on whom? The people who are looking into your accounts. And ultimately it comes down to you. So I think we should start reducing that. To run an efficient organization, self-evaluation is very important. You need to evaluate what you are doing is right or wrong. You need to evaluate to see, have a third eye looking into you. Talk to your people, discuss with developers, discuss with your friends, discuss with people who are not part of the business, and then come to a conclusion. I think that is very important. Overcommitment is something we should never do. Never do, because this is a process. You cannot just, with the flip of your finger, you cannot get the building made. It has its own time, it takes its own this thing. You have to condition your mind to be calm, not to bring in changes, and you have to increase your work output. That's very important. Work output, I think the most important thing in work output is sense of time. We we lack in that sense of time. We are very fluid. हाँ ठीक है पूरा दिन तो हमारा ही है. No, आपका है लेकिन जो आपके पास सामने जो दूसरे हैं ना उनका नहीं है. So I think we'll have to be more. Why we have to be? To create an efficient organization. Why we have to be? To bring in efficiency in our work. So all this scheduling, prioritization, everything needs to be a part of the system. I know you are all aware of whatever I have spoken. You have heard this so many times. But they yet told me that I should come and speak. That's why I spoke. But what I would want more is that instead of having a monologue, if you have to ask me a question, I think I'll appreciate that and that will be much better. This is all I have to say today. No, I'll stand here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I'll request you to kindly take a seat for the Q&A.
I will stand. I prefer standing.
Okay. All right. Please raise your hand if you have any question. Can we please pass the mic?
Hello, sir. Firstly, thank you for such wonderful knowledge that you shared. When we speak about efficiency, we speak about technology. Do you think prop tech in general is a future industry or parallel industry that we can create in real estate? What opportunity do you see in prop tech in the future?
You tell me now what you think it will happen. What it will bring.
Sir, I feel like right now, in terms of technology, at least in second and third tier cities, we are falling a bit behind. When it comes to BIM implementation, when it comes to even in construction, Aluform, or probably in future if precast becomes cost effective, or in virtual reality, when it comes to sales, 3D modeling, if it comes to operations, in terms of operations. These opportunities, I think, is what I was speaking about.
When you're talking about form structure and there you need to have scale, because unless and until there are multiple repetitions, the cost is going to be prohibitive. What is important that is whether you can merge the two technologies together. You need not do everything, bring in technology on everything. But if you can merge the two things together, it will be very effective and it will be more efficient. Because if you want to do only form structure and if you are coming from a place where you are going to construct not more than say 50 units, 60 units in a year, I think you should not do it. It will be too expensive to do. Secondly, 3D modeling is required because now the customer wants to get the feel of that and it is not very expensive. But BIM, unless and until we make it mandatory, we as developers to all our consultants, because I am facing such a big challenge in making my consultants, accept that technology. Because they see, in India, we have architects here. That's why I can speak. In India, all consultants, all architects, they don't want to spend money, they just want to charge you. And then they don't want to accept technology, and then they'll bring you something. Now at least they're using AutoCAD, but if you ask them for a change, they will take 25 days to make that change, and they'll try and charge you extra on that. There's so much of technological evolution which has happened that, see, I'm dealing with one Singaporean architect now for one project. And on the screen, on Zoom, if we say that we don't want it like this, he does something and within 5 minutes you get the next line drawing. They're line drawings. They're not the actual construction drawings. But they are doing it. And they're becoming very efficient to do that. So we should, at the level of CREDAI, make it mandatory that they use BIM. Because what happens is, when you are wanting to use BIM, the RCC designer will have to consultant will have to give all the drawings at one time. Today, what is the status? First, footing drawings. When your footing is up and when the plinth is coming, then they'll give the plinth drawings, then they'll give the slab drawings. And many times, you get that ki core cut करायचं है, you want to, because some sleeve is not being shown in the drawings which has been missed out, and then you are doing on that. I think BIM is the future. We have to make it mandatory that these people use BIM. It is just a matter of some training and little bit of expenditure on their part. They have made enough money from us, too much of money they have made. So I think they should get into this habit. They should start using this technology, because with that your estimation also becomes perfect. Today when you are on a razor thin margin, your efficiency of cost will improve if you are in BIM. So I think that needs to be done.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Gunwan Singh Jabinda. I'm from CREDAI Maharashtra. Question to you was, what strategies have you implemented in Nanded city, which you have not implemented in Magarpatta city, to reduce operational costs while maintaining service quality?
Technology. Because when I started doing Magarpatta, form structure was not there only. Here we did nothing but form structure. Because of there were many repetitions in that. So technology became a big changeover. And it was not only technology of construction, but even technology of water meters, technology of power meters, everything is prepaid. So with that, even the efficiency of use of water also was was controlled, because we just waste water like anything, anywhere. But there, because it was prepaid, people started using water judiciously, but more it was construction technology. Because the speed and the quality, I think, with construction technology, it is not possible. Not by the conventional method. It's all. Anyone else?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We would like to felicitate you for your time, for your efforts, and for all that you shared with us today. I will request Mr. Sahil Prabhare, Mr. Sudeep Pethe, and Mr. Gunwan Singh Jabinda to join us on the stage for the same. Let's put our hands together, everyone, for Mr. Satish Magar. Sir, I will request you to take a seat on the dais. We are going to unveil the CYW book. I will request Mr. Sahil Prabhai to give us an overview and invite the dignitaries for the same.
Hello everyone. Warm greetings to everyone on behalf of the CYW team. And we are delighted to present the thoughts behind publishing the Youth Wing magazine, Horizon. So just to give a backdrop about it, during the installation ceremony of the tenure 23-25 of the CYW, the team put forth the 5 mission statements which they aim to achieve during this tenure, which were connect, participate, empower, monetize and facilitate. The only firm thought was not to keep these 5 missions just the 5 fancy names in the book, but actually to work on it and achieve. Thus, we did this with a broader vision to showcase achievements, highlights, accomplishments, and initiatives undertaken by members across various cities throughout the state. Educate and inspire the smaller cities by sharing practices and innovative ideas put up by other chapters, inspiring them to network, learn, and grow in businesses, adding value to the organization. And lastly, promote collaboration and foster networking among young professionals in real estate, encouraging knowledge sharing and partnership. Overall, the magazine serves as a platform to celebrate achievements, share knowledge, and strengthen the youth wing. So we'll be distributing this magazine to everyone. I'll like to invite our President, Mr. Pramod Kharna sir, to join us on the dais for the unveiling. Sunil Fulde sir, to please join us. our Secretary Vidyanand Bedekar sir, and Rasik Chauhan sir, and all the conveners and co-conveners, the youth wing team.
Presenting the CREDAI Youth Wing book. I will request Satish sir, Pramod sir, Sunil sir, and Vidyanand sir to stay back on the stage, and our conveners to kindly step down. We will now unveil the white paper by K-Nest. May I request Mr. Pratinsh Sinha, Director Marketing K-Nest, to join us on the stage.
How many of you are going for NACCON? 1, 2. I think you all should go. It's very important that you go, not to have a tour of Australia, but to learn from the fellow developers who come from all over the country. It's a good interactive place where you can really know, talk to people, get to know what is happening. And if you go to Australia, see how they run their sites. I don't think we can do 5% also of what they do there. So more of you should go. Come. How many office bearers are going? I think you all should go. It's very important.
Thank you, gentlemen.